Hey, what's up guys, Mikas here for WeMakeDanceMusic.com. Today we're working on a progressive break track that I've been making actually for a while. It's in Logic Pro. I use a couple plugins. It's in the late stage. That means the track is made. All the elements are there. I want to do a little bit of mixing and then tell you a little bit about the track. You know, I'm making progressive breaks. I think it's a genre that's very understated because it's what probably gave birth to new genre like future bass and all this new wave of breakbeat, you know, that's very popular now. So I think for me, I discovered that in the 1990s with stuff like Sasha and Digweed Northern Exposure 2, which started with a GusGus track, which was breakbeat in its nature with some chords and some really nice melodies that really got me. And then later on you get some guys like Unkle, you have some people like Sasha with Airdrawndagger that really brought some super nice fat organic break, you know, that is beyond progressive house, because a 4/4 beat is still a 4/4 beat. I mean, it's fairly, let's say it's easier to compose a track on a 4/4 beat than something that's gonna be like 16 bar long, like a break progression with different percussions pattern, and same thing for the melodies. It's a richer, to me it's a much more richer environment to work in break beats, and I think you bring more to the listener, and it's much more inspiring as a composer to do breakbeat. I'm looking at my notes there. So there's one of the track that I've done in the early 2000s that's called Spirit Emotion. The break mix that I've done of that is one of, if not my most successful original track that I've done. It's a remix of my own track, but it's still an original. You should check it out. Spirit Emotion, Flying Space Break Mix. It's a really organic, trippy track that is really breakbeat. It's minimal. I remember I recorded some supernova synthesizer on top of it, played them by hand, and it just has a spirit to it, you know, that you cannot really replicate with other kind of genre of music. So it's also chill, it's also danceable. I think it's a really cool genre. So progressive breaks, that is, right now. So I got my track open here. It's 112 BPM. For this specific one, actually, I started mixing in 96 kilohertz at 32-bit float inside the Logic engine. I think it gives a bit more room. It's a bit wider. It just feels richer. It does take a little bit more of a like processing power to achieve this, but mostly if you do it like me, straight up in MIDI. But the result is there. I really feel that the quality is superior. However, I had a problem earlier trying to put on some L316, the Waves plugin, onto my mastering chain here. The computer didn't like it at all, so I couldn't do it. So I had to put the L2 instead. And yeah, this is maybe the drawback, is you definitely cannot put 100 plugin if you run 96 kilohertz, and there's some plugins that are not even supporting 96K. So here we go. The track is called Beyond. It's mine, Mikas. It's 112 BPM. It's progressive break. I mean, I hope you guys gonna like it. I'm gonna work on it a little bit with you guys, explain what's in there. I'm gonna start a bit further into the track because there's an arpeggiator intro. It's like about 2 minutes long before there's really something building up with the breaks. So yeah, let's have a little bit of a listen, and you can. You can check a little bit of the synth part here. Get a nice kind of a mid bass rhythm here. Got a bass pad here, just a nice constant bass. Get some brassy, more stringy brassy, I would say. The main lead is here. Nice. Have some other brass hits here. You can hear the big delay that's going on in the back. So those are just hits, simple hits here with some automations, of course. If you know me, you know I put automations everywhere. There's one of the harp, and then the second one here. 2 top harp. In the mix, they don't sound yet the way that I would like them to be, so... And then right here, this is where the main part kicks in. we have 2 more basses, which are crafted with Poly M and Moog Modular V. And put it back here. You have that top harp here. So what did I use in this track so far? There's not much processing done, so I'm gonna get into this right now with you guys, explain a little bit what I am working on. This is a CSV80. You probably know this guy, it's Arturia. Again, big fan of Arturia stuff. Really rich stuff, really like it. Then you have those nice top hits here. This is Poly M. Thanks to the guys at what's the name of this Psy Labs? That made this synth really cool. I use it again on that track because I think it's got a really nice sound to it. Then we're dropping it a little bit. Cheers, guys. Oh, I forgot my risers, guys. Those are risers that I made myself in Silent One. It's right here. I made a series of those that are available on WeMakeDanceMusic.com. It's like 10 different risers with the Logic project, or you can have only the riser finish or the keys, but also added automation to it. So all of the risers that I use in this track are actually mine. I created them from scratch with some automations. I like that, this is nice. You really have a vibe of a track. It's a bit slow maybe at 112, but nonetheless, I think this is really vibey. Alright, so I think we should maybe do a little bit of mixing. Because I really like those 2 harps here. I'm not sure they come through really well in the mix. I think they're getting a bit overpowered by something. Let's listen again. It's this one here. So just everything is at 1K. Okay, a bit lower here. I don't know if there's much. So it's really hard sometimes to hear like the part clashing onto each other, you know, but when you listen to the mix, you're like, there's just something that's just not completely right there. So I think I have a little bit too much material between 400 and 2000K, you know, it's kind of, I feel that it's piling up, so I think we'll have to take care of that. Well, that's exactly what that is here. It's 100. Let's listen to it. So this is there just to bring a groove, and I can't really hear it so much. I think I need a bit more of this. And the ARP there is definitely just top. The brasses here are really high. See, we're cutting. I would probably cut it a bit more. Yeah, just I don't want. I want to clean this part that I just talked about. This. It's just a bell. Without. What? I think it's not necessary, so maybe I was just piling up too much stuff. This, a bit of flute ghosty lead, I like it. Here, that's not too much, however, quite a bit of vibe here around this area that I just talked about, so I'm gonna cut it a little bit. I don't want to remove the richness, you know, of the track, so have to be careful here. Where is it? Okay, it's here. Filter a bit more. So really remove carefully. And then listen to the mix. Better. Let's listen to this here. Oh, there's definitely some substance there too. But this is a really nice brass. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try just the instrument without the drums. I feel this is a bit too intense here. Definitely a busy track. I mean, there's many elements that are running at the same time, make a lot of complexity. Let's check out the bass pad here. Definitely just in the low. I would probably cut it a bit more to make sure the kick really punched through. Then this bass rhythm here. Again, I don't really like the low end on that. I think I'll remove it completely. Cleaner, definitely cleaner now. What wasn't necessary here. Let's bring in the kick. I want to make sure that it punches through. Alright, that sounds a bit better. Let's listen to the mix. That's snappy. While we're mixing, let's have a bit of fun. I got some toms here. So here, slap an EQ on there, roll EQ compressor, try to get like a really snappy, if I can find it, that is. Don't tell me it's not there. Jesus, SSL G channel stereo. I think there's a setting or something like that. Ah, that is violent. I like it. I think my send is a bit too intense here on this reverb. Okay. This is how much I'm gonna have to cut. Oh, I guess it's not coming from there. How is that possible? I'm still in the red. I got a limiter here on the input and I don't have any gain, so... Okay, well that is a bit odd, so let's just keep on going, really. Okay, let's see without. With. Definitely like that. It's like snappy in your face. A kick. And then there's a sub here that could probably use a bit of compression because this is big, this is really, really wide. I'm gonna go, since I'm mixing now, I'm gonna go with the Waves plugin, which I used to finish most of my track with back in the days. This very slow release, fairly slow attack, yes. That I wouldn't touch it. I'm gonna clean the bottom end still because you see, you can see it. There's bottom end here. There's bottom end everywhere. I don't want that in my mix. I mean, some claps. Oh yeah. Some hats. I like that. Probably clean the low end again. Give them a little bit of shine here. Very little bit, but some. Nice. Add some shakers. Oh, those are very low. It's a really, really busy track, eh? Lots of percussions. When I go and I start making percussions, I just pile, and then I have to get into the mix, and it's a little bit complicated. This is some hat roll. Okay. Nice, nice. This is good like that. Got a ride here. Bring it on. Couldn't hear it at all, so need to bring it a little bit in the mix. So I'm doing something, guys, that I would usually never ever do, but I think change is the nature of the game, so always changing. So usually I would mix absolutely flat with nothing on the output, you know, because this is the way a real mix engineer would do it. This is the way I do it most of the time. Now I do have all those plugins, so I have my mastering chain set here, so I just really hear the result compress of what I will be working on. It would be pretty much the final result of this track. This is what it would be. So I don't recommend that to anyone, but it's you know, you want to try different things sometime to see if it sounds, you know, as good as you think. So what you hear is really, it's processed, you know, it's not flat at all, and it's make it a little bit harder to mix because you already have a layer of compression, so everything you're gonna apply might be exaggerated or might be under achieved by your compressor because there's already a top layer of compression in your output. So like I said, I recommend it, but I don't recommend it, so whatever. Okay, let's continue. I'm just gonna finish this mix, just safely and play you the track a little bit, and that's gonna be it for today. So you can hear like a break track with no loops, you know. No thank you, I don't want any loops. So that's about it. I have some shakers that are coming in a little bit later, so listen to it. Okay, again, they were a bit far in the mix. That's cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it element by element. I'm gonna bring the thing and I'm gonna try to make this part shine, and I think the rest should be balanced enough. And yeah, I don't think this track will end up as a template. I think it would be on one of my next albums, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I just make music and then eventually I release some music, but I do mainly templates for WeMakeDanceMusic.com. It's pretty much what I do for a living. So now we have the drums. I'm gonna add the elements one by one, mixing them in the mix. So it's not because you finish a mix that I think it's done. I think the drums should come in first. You have the drums, so you have the thump, you have the structure, then put in some elements. So you can see here it's quite filtered, so this one is not gonna count for much. Okay, here. Cool. again, what I just said, you know, that it is hard to mix because it's already compressed and it's there. Is it present enough? Let's put both. Yeah. I'll put a bit more. Going into details here without. Okay, that's nice. Nice bottom end here. Also a bit of a top bass here. Very nice. Then super nice. A little brass that we heard earlier. I think I would give it a bit more juice. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Now we're gonna bring in the main harp. Sits very well in the mix. Maybe a tiny bit too loud because I created some space. Oh, there's automations here. Sweet. I think I like the way that the snare is really punching through now. So this is this part. I think it's mixed fairly well. Now let's listen to the main part before this like bass line. So this really, those two bass pads here are to me the key element, and this is the main part of the track right here. This. Super nice, love that. Then this part here is like the intro to this part. So let's listen because there's another arpeggio here. Not really, I didn't really mix it yet, and there's this lead here. So yeah. Definitely needed this arp there. I would give it a bit more presence even. Not too much. Then this lead here. And then a different pad here. This is just a simple bass pad. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this little overview of my track Beyond. If you want to check out what I do, go to weMakeDanceMusic.com. I have hundreds of templates. There's almost 4,000 dot templates on the site right now. This is crazy. Tons of Ableton, Logic, Cubase, and if you watch this until the end, I like to reward the people who like to watch my stuff. Truly. So you just use my name, Mikas, M-I-K-A-S, and you're gonna get half price on everything you buy. I mean, this is a sweet deal. So hope you guys enjoy, and you're gonna see me in many more videos. So this is Beyond.